Santa Barbara. I assume since it's a small town and very rich, I'm sure they have a CNC machine. And we have just to find a way to use it for free, and we can do bombs out of the CNC machine in wood, solid piece of wood. We just route out the rectangle where we put our sheet with a little thing that we can stick the finger, not take it out. And then to do the negative, you know, out of another piece, just rerouting
I still think the production on that's too high. I think it's gonna be like at minimum $200 a box probably to get that done.
This one.
Yeah.
That's all that goes.
Made out of what?
Wood. It's your CNC time. It's a lot of really CNC time is not cheap, you know.
But
it's a computer controlled router. You can carve the whole thing out.
Actually, this one you can even in the CNC machine, you can do it with the router at home. You just buy a thick wood and you write out with the, you know, with few channels to work.
Like a laundry
I think we can do this for like $25 each. Exaggeration.
Well, let's put that on hold and have Elaine finish the presentation. How about that?
Yeah. Again, the last thing that happens is the bugs, in my opinion, and certainly in terms of the use of white space, we can make the image smaller, but then everyone will go there. You can also take your prints and fill this up. In other words, I'll give you your prints when they're done and you go at it. That was the idea, is that, you know, you want to take them home and live with them for a month or so and put them around the studio and, I don't know, write your mic over them, lend them to friends. I did bring something to look at in that regard, and that is this piece here, which this is also a photopolymer. This was printed by hand in the Japanese manner, and this is a photopolymer plate. The first piece ever done by an artist, and it was a code image made of protectors. I printed it the top onto rice paper by hand, and then he gave it to an artist. This artist he collaborates a lot. They exchanged the portfolio one January 1st with 15 works of paper. They each gave each other 15 works of paper, and then they met back the following January and traded back again. And each artist had done something to 15 works of art. This particular piece did an addition, but just put it in a little loose. So this is an example of something that has been affected afterwards. And, you know, anything can be done. I mean, you can sew it.
Elaine, can you bring it this way?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to pass it around. I have these samples here. Personally, I think, you know, my own work involved sort of going at the paper to a certain extent, not as a collage. Here's an interesting folder.
The gold leaf.
By a fabric for a fashion designer
After.
It's a funny little thing. But they've just gone in it with a little gold wire, or copper wire actually, a gold wire, and just sewn it. And I just thought it was a good thing to hold on to. Here's an artist's book. Book arts, I think, are a good source of, you know, how people attack paper and use the paper and load the paper up so that the print is really this example. This is a screen print years ago. This is actually screen printed, but it's a way you can cut holes in the paper. You can fold the paper. You can glue things or sew things on. You can emboss them. I can run them through the press with just a pattern I think the container is an appropriate thing, since you guys obviously have the, I don't want to say sophistication, that's a stupid word, but the idea has come up, it's a meaningful idea, it's an appropriate idea, we are trying to sell these, we want people to collect, and if a black box covered in linen stops them, no, I totally get that's entirely possible, that it, in a way, I work in audio and video, and in some markets, a black box with one silver dial is the only thing the guy ever wants. If it has 2 dials, it's too much, much less one than 1 quart, And then in other parts of the market, it's like, the more dials, the better. And then another part of the market, well, if it's black and silver, I'm a woman, I can't do it. But if it's pink, like I found stuff. If it's pink or green or yellow, then I can do it. We are obviously emotional beings, and going in and getting the message of the exhibition and of your work that is so personal and so emotional. It should show up on the outside in the container. And some possibilities would be a container that is translucent, or we don't have to spend several $100 bucks. There are many containers out there, and I can
get a bunch of one.
Right, exactly. And so that could be a project for everyone to say, well, let me look and see my resources and down my nose and out there and see what's available. They don't all have to be the same.
Can I ask you how a print box is supposed to function?
The purpose of the print box is twofold. Number one is to protect it archivally over time.
Okay, so
if that's what you want.
So, and then you store them horizontally, always?
Yes.
Always horizontal, never tipped up like a book on the side?
No.
Okay, so, all right, so they're always basically just like a flat.
Yes,
okay.
And they tend to, open sideways or open forward, and sometimes they open like this, and they don't usually have a separate lid. That's another,
But they could be different. I'm thinking like, the Bruce Mao lifestyle book or something that has like 5 different covers.
Yeah.
What's a concrete
You
box?
said Bruce Mao, a
Bruce
concrete box.
Bruce
Not
Allen?
Bruce Mao, not Bruce Nauman.
No, I was thinking about casting them. The only thing about that is the weight, and then also you have to be super smooth so it doesn't scuff anybody's knife.
But like it could be like 4 different boxes.
But casting a box would be really cheap because you make the mold and then just 34s.
How about casting them in rubber, translucent?
Well, the box is ordered.
I don't know if you can ask for
red,
rubber.
green,
I don't know.
blue, yellow.
Right. It should not have gas. It could be a big problem.
Yeah. But a hydrocal or something like a nice white.
I'm saying that there's rubber cast, rubber mold,
Yeah.
Black raspberry.
What if everybody got 1 box or 2 boxes to design?
We will never because everybody is individual, nobody will see the other boxes, nobody will.
I think the best idea is for you to put on your thinking caps, communicate with the curators and myself, send us stuff, I'll investigate it, I'll do the groundwork, and I'll pick things that I think would work, I'll give you my opinion, and then you can, I think it's a worthwhile idea to have the process be, not the same old thing, exactly, whether they're optics or not, whether they're more, we could do Ziploc bags,
If there is reason for it,
If somebody will pay $100 for a Ziploc, you will keep the bag.
custom made.
Oh yeah, what's the price point?
I think they're going to be about $3,500, but it's going to end up, we're going to find out what the $3,500 to $5,000 depending on the materials and everything at the end of the day.
Okay.
Why don't, for today,
So we haven't decided really.
for today, should we just decide, thank you, I've been taking a lot.
There you go.
Should we just decide that we need a 9, or an 8 by 10 Xerox or something? For us to think about designing right now for our prints, are we thinking 8 by 10 filled, I'm just thinking we should have some
Well,
parameters.
aside from the box, I would think that deciding sort of more on the parameters of the print itself at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, so we can
Right.
start designing.
Let's remember that what the next stage of this, I don't know, Elaine, if you're ready to talk about the going up to Santa Barbara part.
Where?
At Montecito.
Again?
Can we go next time, like, on the bus from here?
Well, I don't think we'll all be going, all of us together,
But in groups. I mean, we
but
should
in
pick a
groups.
partner right now.
So-
Can I get the stripper? No, I don't.
You can't print in the nude.
I love the color, but then.
I'm no stripper.
It's not stripper, and that is busy with the Vegas girl.
We could probably arrange something like that, but let's do that offline, not so public.
No, I think we should be sure that everything is set on stone.
Okay.
Okay, so here's, if you want to do a print, you're going to have to come up to where we are. I don't have any way that I can come down here and work. I don't know any ateliers now. I've worked, of course, all over the United States, but usually the best place to get the job done is to come up and see us. We have 2 ateliers, printing ateliers, that there's a lot of printers up there, a lot of people that I'm used to working with for many years, 10 and 20 years. And it'll be like coming to a clinic. And in you come, and once the images are figured out, which is something we can do before you come up, we need to have you there while we make the plate, probably, not necessarily, but probably I won't know until I get it.
And usually Saturday, Sundays.
That would be the maximum time is 2 days, and I'm thinking the maximum time with lunch, I think, all day Saturday, all day Sunday type of thing, where that would be the maximum time that I would imagine anybody could be given to get the job done. You can do it completely by mail with me. We can mail things back for it. That's a possibility. So it would be great. The fun is the meaning to get the job done quickly and most directly from you is to have you there with me and one other person for you. So if I have 2 or 3 of you or 4 of you at once, we give you an area and a press that you're using and a person that we work for 2 days and we get the job done. And then all we need to do is get up to 1 or 2 prints that you're saying, yes, that's the one that I know I can reproduce. And then you take one home and I keep one and off we go and we see what I'm not good at.
And then you go to your site visits or whatever the place is.
Yes, and while you're there, you can go visit the house that you've decided.
But what I really want to know, what would help me the most is like before I come to you is to just have like a printout and like what size, like like should I have an 8 by 10 printout?
I will send out a document to
Okay,
everybody.
just so then I can start designing.
Yes.
Okay, great.
I am covering the cost of all the labor except for the edition printing. And I'm covering the cost of the plates and all the ink and all the tools and all the processing because I can and I have support. The budget must cover the cost of the paper and the box and the edition printing. And I'm going to find local edition printers, some of who are not starting artists, and we're going to do it at half the rate of normal atelier would charge. So rather than, normally to print an edition of 35, one color hand white, $1,100 now. It's not counting paper and ink. I think we can do it for less than half of that. So that's the opportunity, only because I've been saying I want to do a project.